If you'd like to start, oh there we are, I didn't see that. There you go.
Eddie, what were the main considerations in picking this team?
Well, the main consideration is always the same. Pick the best 23.
And what were the hardest selections that you had to think over?
Well, we just changed the order of a number of players to get the right balance for the game. I'll be making something up, mate.
So in terms of 5 changes, but one of them enforced, were you always planning on rotating or?
It's not rotation, I just said we're picking best 23.
And are you expecting reaction from your team after last week?
Oh, look, we're disappointed. We're not happy with how we played in the first 40 against France, and this is a new game, and we've got a great chance to play well.
An opportunity for Willi Heinz as well.
Well, he's been in the 23, I think, for most games. So in this week he's starting, and Benny will finish.
But a new role for him.
We just think at the start of the game his type of play will be useful.
What are you expecting from Scotland?
Look, they're an enthusiastic team. They work hard. They like to attack with a lot of width. They're aggressive in their defence at the breakdown. So pretty much that.
Do you look forward to going to Murrayfield for the Calcutta Cup?
Yeah, it's always a tough game, especially up there. It's a pretty big rivalry, so it should be a good one.
Do you enjoy that rivalry?
I think that's the Six Nations is a tournament where all the teams are quite close together. So there seems to be rivalries everywhere you look in it, and this is a good one to play in.
Eddie, what's impressed you particularly about Willi Heinz since you brought him in as a late career man, but a guy with obviously so much experience behind him?
Well, he has got great experience. He's played with a number of good players, experienced rugby in the Northern Hemisphere and the Southern Hemisphere. He's got a good, solid all-round game. He's a good communicator, and he's got a calm head.
And how much of him, on top of others, is leadership crucial this weekend for a ground like Murrayfield?
Well, I think every game you play, leadership's important. You know, rugby's a game played by the players. They've got to make a lot of decisions on the field. So this game's no different.
George Cruz coming back in at lock. If you could tell me a bit about the thinking there, please.
He played for us last week. He's just got a different change in roles this week.
And Lewis Ludlam in the back row, we know a very talented player. Tell me a bit about what hopefully he can bring to the table as a starter this time.
Just his energy. They compete hard at the breakdown. We're going to need to be accurate at the breakdown and have a high work rate. They pick 2 sevens, so there's going to be plenty of competition there.
Tom Curry again starting at 8. We know all about his ability over the ball. What have you been working on maybe this week as he continues to evolve to being a test number 8?
I think I explained last week, this is a bit of a development phase for Tom. He's just continuing to work on his number 8 skills.
Got Ben Earl onto the bench with a 6-2 split. Clearly there's going to be a lot needed up front, we appreciate that. What might Ben bring to the table in 1 or 2 possible different positions? We've been impressed by the development of him. He started in South Africa 2018. Was very good on one side of the ball, very good attacking player, has added to his game defensively, and he brings a presence over the ball in defence, and he brings great running skills in attack. And a word, if I can, on Jonathan Joseph, obviously off the bench early against France. Starting, does that impact slightly on your tactical preparation, the way you treat the game with a different kind of 13?
It's a different role for JJ, and obviously he doesn't have the direct running skills of Manu, but has other skills, and if we can find some space, we'll be able to use them.
Mako Vunipola, a guy you know obviously very well, Owen, back into the team after injury. How good is it to have Mako back in that starting 15?
Yeah, no, we're very lucky to have a lot of good players in that position. Obviously Mako's shown how good he is for a long time now, and I'm sure he'll be excited to be back in.
And Ben Earl, you know very well from club level, very talented young kid, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Been impressed with him this year, having played alongside him quite a bit. His development over the last couple of years has been good, but he's really stood up this year, and he makes a difference to games.
A word back, if we can, on the competition going into match week 2. Just explain to me the mood in the camp and the resolution to go up there and deliver.
No, as Eddie said, we was obviously disappointed after the weekend in our showing in the first half, but we've not had long to dwell on it. We have to get on and get excited about what's coming up, and we've definitely trained like that so far this week, and we'll look to keep building.
Thank you, Nelly. Just you finally back on the match itself. A defeat 2 years ago, the draw last year at Twickenham. How much are you kind of absolutely hell-bent to get the job done and put Scotland not to the sword but to beat them?
Well, we know it's going to be a difficult game, and we need to be at our best, and that's how we're prepared this week.
And how confident are you that you'll get us far?
Well, I think the confidence you have every week is the same. You go in the game, you prepare as well as you can, you do everything you can to be right for the game.
Owen, last year in that 38 draw game, the just talk afterwards about how England struggled to stop the momentum that was starting to go on. Just things you talked about over the World Cup. How much have you guys talked about changing things during the match when it's not going well? Players talked last week after the match about it. Has that been a focus for the week? Changing on the roof?
Yeah, well, yeah. Obviously, what we can do better, and that would be one of them. Eddie spoke about leadership there being a big part of it, and we want to make sure that we see stuff quickly and get people to buy in so that we can push forward. And that probably took too long on last Sunday.
What's the process for that? How does it work? Because keep going after these games and saying we're seeing it and we're recognising that's a problem. How does that work in the kind of white heat of battle? Is it you bringing everyone around saying, guys, we need to change it, or is it everyone having an
Well, there's a lot of things that go into it. It's not you're making it sound very simple there, which it can be, but there's a lot of time that goes into it off the field, a lot of relationship stuff, so that you can connect with people and be direct and have the relationship, so that you can get a reaction out of them. So we're constantly working on that type of stuff, and we had a good look at ourselves to see how we can do it better after Sunday.
Eddie, it seems under your time with England that you've always been looking to get this team to be playing a full 80. It seemed to be something that was getting ever closer during the World Cup, but then obviously disappointing last week. Is that something that's always likely to sort of come and go? Is that the coaching challenge?
I think it's a challenge for every team. Consistency. To be at your best, find your best. Sometimes the circumstances make it difficult to find your best, and we found that difficult last week. And we've got a good challenge ahead of us this week.
Do you continue to learn as to how you can try and help the team find that?
Well, we're always trying to learn, always trying to find ways of getting better. We had a good lesson last week, and sometimes these things need to be learnt, and we got a lesson last week.
Anything else?
Eddie, some of the Scotland players have been comparing you to Jose Mourinho. We could call you Eddie Mourinho, maybe. Do you see similarities yourself in your personality?
They must have a vivid imagination.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.